2016 lawsuit against Maxwell, and in it, she's alleged to have by the government, she's alleged to have repeatedly gave false statements, and those documents are now part of what the grand jury, right, those transcripts, those testimonies, those statements are all typed up, they're printed into a book form, and then those excerpts of whatever she said have been presented to a grand jury, and the grand jury agreed with the government on a very low burden of proof, right? The burden of proof is probable cause, and that one, she made efforts to conceal her own conduct and minimize her own conduct, and then two, that she lied. She outright lied. These are serious things, and the fact of the matter is those statements, which the government now alleges are perjury, resulted in a true bill, basically based on those statements and the other evidence that the government clearly has alleging the human trafficking. Miss Maxwell was not truthful, and she actively concealed her participation in recruiting and enticing young girls to engage in sexual acts with her and Mr. Epstein. And these could not be more serious crimes. And the fact that this case is being tried is indicative that the plea offer was pretty awful, and that an example is going to be probably that the government intends to make an example of this socialite, you know, to tell other socialites who may be in this subculture that, you know, money will not prevent ultimately the rendering of justice against you, especially when it comes to these three little girls, and how many other victims may there be. So how many bites at the apple the government gets is a good question. And whether the state district courts of wherever these Epstein palaces and mansions were, one was on an island, one was in Florida, one was in New York, one was in London, you know, the number of charges and victims seems plentiful. So the government can, even if they fall short on this one, it seems to me that there's a possibility that there will be further opportunity to send this message loud and clear. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Please like, subscribe, and share. Questions or comments, chat at ashmorelawfirm.com. Chat at ashmorelawfirm.com. More coming up in the studio on the Maxwell trial.